okay, just lining everything up. More Lego, but tonight it's going to be Lego City, which is exciting. I don't think I've had a Lego City for a few days. And this one's slightly larger than usual, but I thought, what the heck, I'm going to splash out. It was reduced to clear, but not by much. It's from my favourite Lego purchasing shop, so it may in fact drop in price over the coming weeks, in which case there were a few more left. There were a couple of other ones that were also on reduced to clear that may reduce in price. It's that kind time of year when they do that kind of weird thing, so I'll probably get a few more exciting sets. But anyway, this one looked pretty good. I thought I'd go with this because it has the tank tracks, and that could be exciting for some other things that I bought recently, including from far away. So one thing we've got to do is oh gosh, it's gonna be hard to fit. I've taken the lid off. Hold on. This giant device, which is like very big. Technically, it's actually pre-made, but it's not very used. It doesn't even fit on the camera. But it's quite an exciting little Technic thing with the new powered up control stuff. But I can't get it to work on my tablet. Well, I can get it to work on the powered up app, but I can't get it to work on the Technic control thing. It keeps complaining that I haven't given it permissions to use the Bluetooth, but it has. And I don't know why, because everything else works fine on my tablet. So, but we're going to take this apart in a video, and then we're going to build it, because there's actually something wrong with the way it's being built, I think, if I could get it to actually work. But anyway, that's what we're not doing tonight. But my point is that's like new exciting electronic parts. Not that I haven't got enough electronic parts, but I always want to make things with tank tracks and giant ball contraption. What are they called? Great ball contraption things with Lego. So they're always fun to get extra of those. But it's also kind of interesting. Is it that little multi shooter thing? This time they're shooting snow, which I'm pretty sure the snow goes back, doesn't it? Maybe it goes forward. I don't really know. As again, we're going to bring up the most important point that you will learn on this channel. I do not live in a place where it ever snows, so I'm not really a snow person. I have been to the snow, of course, but not that often. I'm not, of course. I mean, there are people out there, if you're watching this and you've never been to the snow, don't feel bad. It's normal. I mean, it can be very hard in parts of the world to ever even contemplate getting to where the snow is. So that's right. Where I live, it's not impossible to get to where the snow is if you have a car or other form of transport. I have in fact got to the snow not by driving in a car, but by driving in other forms of transport, like, for example, a train or other such devices, or plane. So technically, the time I went to the airport on a bicycle once from another place, which I got to on a train. And at the airport, which is Christchurch Airport, they did in fact have an Antarctic place. I don't know if it's been there because it's been a long time since I've been to Christchurch, but they had like a little snow area and you could play in the snow. So I guess that kind of counts as like traveling to the snow, not in a car. But anyway, we're not here to talk about the snow. Obviously we are going to talk about the snow because this is a snow thing. I don't like. I think she's the best part of this whole thing. It's like really, they're just like, we had to put another minifigure in here. We'll just have a skier who looks like very much like a collectible minifigure of the past to be here, to be bowled over, or she's doing the jump on this thing here. It's a very dangerous place to have a snow jumpy thing. But this is extreme, and it's like they're bringing this back. Because they used to have, I'm sure, extreme things. Like, I'm thinking of these ones with these little surfers and stuff. I had a couple of them. They're very old, so I don't know if this is meant to be a reference or this is different, or I've just completely forgotten everything. But I don't know why. It's just a very odd way to mark. It's like, here we have a snow plowy moving device thing. But we have to link it in with this extreme thing. I guess because they've done the Arctic theme to death, so they can't really do this. But let's continue on. And it's got two bags, so this might be a two-part video. It's a bit weird that... Okay, so we're going to be doing the base at least tonight. I think we're just going to do the one video. Because I have got one other Lego set that's bigger than this one that I have to get around to doing, plus a few other small things that I might want to do. So I couldn't do that. And I've got these awesome Lego sets that I've been talking about, and I really like have to get them out from yesteryear, but they're actually really interesting sets to play around with. Not that I'm going to play around with one of them because it's pristine condition pretty much, and I don't want to open it. Open the bags anyhow, not the box. But we'll get around to that. So again, this is my normal video where I just talk about everything else I plan to do in the future, but maybe never get around to doing it. Bag number 1. It's 100 and I never even noticed that they had that. It's 122 grams. And so that one is 222 grams. This is the heavy bag. I've never noticed that. Why do they do that? Why have they got their heads in here? Do they have everybody's body? Right, well, she's got orange legs, so those are her legs. And here's this person's body, and well, there's their legs. I know the difference between legs and stuff, so this is going to be very easy. Like, I think maybe this will be a one video thing. We'll just see how it goes. Now that I moved everything off to the corner where everything will get lost, it will be fine. I almost installed the brick instruction app today. I'm like, well, that's dumb. Like, why would you do that? So, okay, none of these pages are useful. All right, here we go. Well, we can work that out. We don't need the book to tell us that. So, oh gosh, why is it all? Oh, this is the worst. There we go. No, it's still bending. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is going to be difficult. All right, that's better than nothing. This is literally, this little tiny bag is all the tiny pieces. So, I am going to make this into 2 videos. I'm just going to do it, even though this video is entirely going to be me linking these things together, which is going to be enthralling. So, oh, out there they come. And let's put their heads on while we're waiting. I don't know what we're waiting for. She's got X on her thing, because she's extreme. Why does she have a scarf? Why do they not? Well, she can't have a scarf. She's skiing. You can't ski with a scarf. Never been skiing, so I wouldn't know if that's true or not, but I'm assuming that you kind of don't want things dangling around in the air. Would look really cool, and people do look. I mean, I'm pretty sure that, you know, I've seen cartoon representations of skiers, and they've got their scarves blowing in the wind. I feel like this guy should have a scarf. They do have like a hoodie, obviously. You can't really see it, but they've got some kind of thing that you pull, strings to pull. There definitely is a hoodie on the back, and they've got something in the pocket. So I think they should chuck in a scarf. Like, if I was working in the snow, I'd have a scarf like that. So let's do this. So we're going to take two of these seldomly used, we've only got one more to put in. Pieces of these things here. I don't know their names. Half pins, half cross pin cross, semi pin. I don't know, one of those words. There's her ski thingies. And the good thing about these, of course, is that if you get 2 skiers, then you end up with enough ski poles for 3 skiers. Thanks to, she's going to hold them in the air like this. Again, they've never been skiing, so I don't know if this is the correct way, but I'm assuming it is. That's a joke. That's a joke. I do not, I'm not that silly. But now she looks extra threatening. Like, you'd run if you saw her coming. So, well, they can keep the extra. We're going to keep the spare one over here. Turning the page, and I feel like we're just going to have to do this. We're going to make this video. We're going to pad it out just by the fact that I'm going to fold the pages over each time. Because if you calculate it, every single time I do that, it's at least an extra second or 2. So that's probably going to give me an extra 30 seconds by the time I finish this. Plus the time I just spent to explain the fact that folding the pages over like that is going to pad out the runtime. So next thing, that didn't take 2 seconds, that took 1 second. So thank goodness I went and over-explained it. So now we've got to get this thing, which is this piece here. And these little pew 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 gun things. There's like part of the motorway interchange thing in Auckland. If you've never been to Auckland, has like these walls, and they used to have, it's been a few years since they've actually gone on the motorway there. Motorway freeway, if you are that kind of way inclined. And if you're an Australian, then you can be confused as to what it is, freeway or motorway. But they have these things sticking out of the walls that look like little gun emplacements like that. And I always thought that was very, very strange. And I don't understand why they have those, because I don't make motorways. I've always wanted to, of course, like every young aspiring child. But you know, life just gets in the way, and you don't end up making any motorways. So that's I've just opened up there. It's a bit raw, so we'll move on to the next part, which is putting more of these things on and making more pew 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 sounds. Pew pew. I did buy from the Opportunity Shop a Star Wars branded Nerf gun that is semi-automatic and makes like firing sounds when you shoot it that aren't pew pew pew, but they also aren't actually really Star Wars sounds, and it's kind of like a bit of a letdown. It's like, why would you go and get like the expense of getting the branding, you know, paying the rights for Star Wars, and then not use an authentic Star Wars sound? Like, maybe it is an authentic Star Wars sound, but it just doesn't sound like it when it comes out of the device that I'm talking of. What is this? This is a wheel. I know how this is working. Why is there a wheel in this? I should look at the box, but I'm not... actually, I can't... Oh, I can just see the wheel. I can see where this goes. Kind of. Oh, what? This is interesting. We're going to put these little short ones together with this red thing. So, I'm actually... The whole yellow thing is growing on me. Like, the grey was a little bit boring, so... It has worked out. And this can go there. And now we need this thing, which is right here. So relaxing time. We've found it. Well, it feels strange. I don't like this is unexpected. Oh my gosh! It goes in the middle. You're cheating. It doesn't really work by itself. You need to have this to make it actually. That's a bit of a letdown, maybe. Like, I don't think this is going to feel authentically tank-like when you move it. I'm straight up guessing, aren't I, that the next step is going to be to put that on, because that's not what the picture said, and I didn't fold it over. So now the video is going to end far too quickly. All right, so turning it over, folding it like that, not opening it all the way up. We've made that thing, and now we're going to do it the way that it says, not the way that I was doing it. Hold on. Oh, this is interesting, because there were two left of these, but I thought one of them was the spare, but apparently they didn't have a spare. Maybe there was a spare. Maybe there were three left. Either way, I can't find the other one. Come on, seriously? Where are you? I did actually I keep thinking about popping over to the shop to buy some more collectible minifigures, but haven't. Oh, it's disappeared. But I haven't yet. Oh, I know where they are. Hold on, it's got to be hidden in here somewhere. Like, it's in the book. It has to be. Well, this is not the worst situation I've ever been in, because I can always just find it. Ooh, looky. No, that's not one. I can just find a spare from my spare bag, which I think I'm going to have to... Oh, there it is. I found it. So that one didn't come with a spare. Like, that is rotten. That's the kind of piece you get a spare for, isn't it? Apparently not in today. It's too hot, and this book is sticking to my arm. So that's another problem. Because also, not only is it not snowing in Auckland, it's actually quite warm, and in an annoying way. It's in the horrible New Zealand sun, which I'm not a big fan of. It's very nasty sun sometimes. Even though it's not particularly hot, it does feel like it's. I call it an evil sun. It has an evil bite to it. And I know there's I have been cycling in Australia in the middle of summer with like 35 to 40 degree heats. And that it's better, it's more comfortable in some ways than it is with New Zealand sun. Then it was a bit like that in Australia, but mostly it didn't seem quite as nasty to it. Didn't have the nasty bite to it. And so I'm over the whole thing. I'm over the whole thing, and I'm over the fact that that's also the sunblock on my arms. But I'm I'm like, look at this. Look at that. It's ridiculous. I'm just over it all. And I was talking to people today, and I was like, okay, I need some people, because of what I do for a job, I need some people to go outside into the sunlight. I'm just going to check if there's anyone who's okay with this. I understand that nobody really wants to go into the sun because it's horrible sun and it's evil. And like everyone's like, we're all fine with it. I'm like, what is wrong with you? What on earth is wrong with you? How can you be fine with it? You must be tired of it. I guess I do get a fair bit of sun every day from travelling by bicycle. And by the time I get to where I'm going, after being in the sun for like over an hour or an hour, and just having enough, absolutely having enough, that for me it feels like, well, isn't everybody like this? Hasn't everybody already been in the sun for like a long time, and all cycling on a bike? And not that long, okay, an hour or maybe even 40 minutes to an hour is not a long time, but it is when you're cycling a bike and you're just like, I'm fed up with all this. And you just expect everybody to be that way, but turns out they're not. Right, so we have a little yellow square thing. This is exciting. How often do I get these? I must have had these a few times, but I don't feel like I've had them a few times. And we haven't even we're 12 minutes in. 12 minutes left according to my camera. 13 minutes left. According to my time restricted camera, so that's not classified as a video recorder. To do all of this, and we have to put 44. So I'm confused here. Do I put 44 together in each row, or do I put 44 together in total? So there's 88. Well, it looks like there's only going to be 22 in each row. I'm going to do 22. But they give you this. So now I have to fold it out. It does tell you on the next page. So that's what you get when you fold things over. It says 22 here, and it gives you this nice little picture. But they really take the fun out of everything, don't they? And there should be a spare one. So there should be 45 in total. They're giving their current track record for spare pieces. Maybe they won't have a spare. Well, we're going to find out, aren't we? And it shall be glorious. So this is going to make me annoyed, because I dislike listening to people click Lego bricks together. I'm just going to adjust this thing. For many, I don't know, not for many reasons. I just find it really annoying, especially when there's no other sounds going on. I don't know why anyone. So certain person, who's that JB Brickworks person, he does these videos sometimes where he just posts some building instruction videos. And I think the problem is, of course, you have two options when you do these kind of things. You either have annoying, like, I don't know what the exact genre of music is, chill house music or something like that, what you would call it, which public domain chill house music. That goes when people do, like, not house music, but the kind of music that they have when they're doing, like, speed it up, when they're doing a scene and they don't want to have the background mute sound, and they do it, and I hate it. It's absolutely the most annoying thing, but it's just as annoying as actually having to listen to people click things together. That's just I can't stand it. I literally can't stand it. Both cases, I just have to turn the volume down and just have silence. Which is a weird thing for me. I'm not the kind of person who generally gets annoyed at anything. But those things just drive me crazy. It's just, I'm sick and tired of listening to that kind of music. And I'm sick and tired, especially because it's not good. Like, I always think back to the time when dubstep was the thing. It still is for me. I like dubstep. But not at the time. And people were like, yeah, because there's good dubstep and then there's bad dubstep. And this is entirely true. And if you listen to most dubstep, it's like not very useful. And I think this is the same way. Like, I like the music that I'm talking about, but I don't like the music that the particular version that they tend to use in these videos. So this time I'm figuring, well, this is what I would like, is that people just talk and talk and talk while they're clicking it together. So it's not irritating you. And I'm not making any annoying music things, especially when they use, like, people, like, they use a vocal sample and then they convert it and do like some auto tuning on it and use that as an instrument. You know what I mean. You know what they do. It's like very typical of the last 10 years of music. And it's like, just stop it already. Just stop. Stop. But there you go. I think I managed to talk my way through getting through most of this. And we've still got 9 minutes left. So now we can talk about other things. I spent yesterday trying to chop down trees because they're into the power lines, which is why I've got scratches all over my hands and my arms and my everything. And I might have hurt my eyes as well, and I'm sick and tired of that as well. So I'm sick and tired of hurting my eyes. I didn't go to the doctors today because I didn't quite have time. Even though I think I could have gone to the A&E place, and they're usually pretty good at this time of day to just pop in and say, something wrong with my eyes again. But I might do it tomorrow. I thought I'll wait a day to see how bad they are. But trees were fun. Trees were fun. I had to actually climb in a tree for a part of it instead of using like ladders and scaffolds to get around. And that was like, yay! Haven't really climbed a tree for a very long time. And it's not that I don't like climbing trees, it's just that it was actually slightly higher than I was comfortable climbing in a tree, but I've got a lot better over the years at heights. So we are almost there. Like I'm gonna let's just take a moment to savor this because I've only got one more piece to do. One more, and I actually don't know where it is. So this is impressive, super impressive. How can I, like, this makes me feel like I've gone and done something wrong. Well, it's the wrong way round. So that's what they, no, is that what they told me to do? That's the length there, and I have to do it twice, and yet I've only got enough. You really don't want to run out of those. And this is the kind of piece, this is very suspicious here, because this is the kind of piece you would expect to see to not be able to lose very easily. Like that little piece there when we lost it, I can kind of understand that, but this one here is beginning to make me feel funny. Because there should be, like the last time I did one of these was just like a bulldozer, which didn't have this wheel thing in the middle. There was an extra one. And like I can't just go get that unfortunately because it's been packed away or it's somewhere else. But I feel like it's physically impossible to have lost it. Alright, so we're gonna Alright, enough of your silliness. So here it is. But I'm pretty sure that's the last one. I think that's exactly the right number and there's no spare. So maybe that was an aberration, as it were, in the one I did before, which gave me an extra one when I wasn't supposed to have them, because it is hard to count those out if you're doing it by hand. I'm sure someone at the Lego place doesn't do it by hand. I don't think that's how it works. Is there a particular way round? Do I do it that way, or do I do it this way? There's no real guide here, but we'll just hook them up and make sure I've still got time on the camera. I don't actually know the best way of hooking them up either. Alright, well there you go, that one's in, and it's clickety clackety. You guys move into your little pile in the corner. I feel like people are going to see that I've got this little book thing sitting on the table, and they're like, you haven't put this somewhere safe? Like, these are hard to get, these pieces. You know, and I made a comment about how cool it was to get that piece in the video that came from, and yet I have it just sitting there. That must really be riling some people up. Alright, so we've done it, and that's going to be the end of this video, because there's not much else to say without starting the next back. But we're going to do this, and the problem with this thing is I'm dying to find out how well this works without the middle wheel. But it's going to be a bit of an effort to take the wheel out and to check, isn't it? I don't think it'll be that hard. Like, you just pop it off, take the wheel out. So we can do it right now. I'm gonna do it right now. We're gonna finish this video. The whole thing fell apart by taking this out, and we're gonna take the wheel out, and I'm gonna see, because that worked fine. So we'll just I didn't really test it with the wheel, so I can't really make a statement. But ooh, and these things are all falling out. Oh, there's a problem though. This thing won't stay in place. I need some way to replace. Well, okay, that's the problem. We can't really test it then, can we? Oh, you know what I need? You know how we can do this. Alright, hold on. Where did I put that little bag? Do I have spare ones of those? Not here. Don't think I have any spare ones of these pieces, then I could put those on the side. Alright, well we're going to have to do that for the next video. So now we're going to have to spend the video fixing this one up and putting it back the way that it was, which is not actually going to be very hard at all. It's going to be very easy. I say that, but the trick is getting it into here, which is actually not very hard at all. So there we go, that can go there. And is it actually just going to clip over the top? No, you have to break it. How do you break these things? I have a special tool for breaking the chain on my bike. It's called a chain breaker. I think that's what they're called. I've always called them that because that's exactly what they do. And it's actually a thoroughly rewarding experience to break the chain on your bike, and a thoroughly rewarding experience to put the chain back together with the same tool. So if you're interested in bicycling, get yourself a chain breaker, even if you don't expect to ever break your chain, because they're just lots of fun. Right, so here we go. It does move well, and it looks right, and it sounds right. Though there's a little bit of slippage when you move it. Like it's like someone's made a game and the animation isn't quite up to it, and the character kind of walks out of step with how they're moving along the ground. But that's okay. It'll be better when it's finished. So thanks for watching. With 3 minutes left on the clock. I really did think there was a good chance that this video was going to be a one episode. This set was going to be a 1 episode thing and not a 2 video one. But look what happened. Thanks for watching. Whee! Tune in next time. Like, share, and subscribe. Bye.